What you do in the first 10 minutes after waking up could be quietly triggering a stroke, and most people have no clue. If you're over 60, these 7 harmless morning habits might be putting your brain in danger. But the good news? A few small changes could cut your risk in half, starting tomorrow morning. Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Ellington, neurologist and stroke specialist. What I'm about to reveal may shock you. The morning habits that seem normal, even healthy, are quietly increasing your risk of stroke. While you're brushing your teeth and brewing coffee, your blood pressure spikes, your arteries stiffen, and your brain struggles for oxygen. But it doesn't have to be this way. What you're about to learn has helped hundreds of my patients turn their mornings from stroke danger zones into brain-protecting powerhouses. The critical first hour after waking. Before we dive into the 7 habits, let me tell you what changed my thinking forever. 3 weeks ago, Margaret, a 67-year-old retired teacher, walked into my ER at 8:30 a.m. She's healthy, does yoga, takes her medications, everything right. But that morning, she collapsed in her kitchen while making breakfast. Her husband found her on the floor, confused and unable to speak. Her right arm was limp. Minutes later, the symptoms faded. But I knew the truth. She'd had a TIA, a transient ischemic attack, also known as a mini-stroke. When I reviewed her morning routine, I saw 7 extremely common habits, ones millions of people over 60 do every day, that were quietly sabotaging her brain. We changed just those 7 things. She hasn't had a single issue since. Why mornings are so dangerous for your brain. Did you know the highest number of strokes occur between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m.? In fact, most strokes happen within the first 2 hours after waking. Why? Because your body undergoes massive changes upon waking. While sleeping, your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows, and your blood thickens slightly. Then suddenly you wake up and your body scrambles to restart circulation, raise blood pressure, and deliver oxygen to the brain. If you're over 60, this sudden surge can overwhelm your already delicate blood vessels. Let's break down the 7 innocent morning habits that could be putting your brain at risk. 7 morning habits that increase stroke risk. Habit number 1. Jumping out of bed immediately. Margaret prided herself on starting her day without delay. Alarm goes off, feet hit the floor. But this sudden movement can cause orthostatic hypotension, a sharp drop in blood pressure that leaves the brain starved of oxygen for 15 seconds. That head rush or dizziness. It's your brain in distress. How to fix? Follow the 90-second rule. 10 seconds, deep breaths. 20 seconds, gentle hand-ankle flexes. 20 seconds, slowly sit up. 40 seconds, sit with feet on the floor before standing. Margaret's morning dizziness disappeared in days. Habit number 2. Drinking coffee before water. Coffee first? You're not alone. But after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you're already 1% dehydrated. Your blood is thicker and caffeine constricts blood vessels. One of my patients, David, 71, had heart palpitations every morning until we realized his blood was so thick, his heart was working overtime just to pump. How to fix? Drink 8 ounces, 240 milliliters, of room temperature water before any caffeine. Add a squeeze of lemon or a pinch of sea salt for better absorption. Habit number 3. High sodium, healthy breakfasts. Instant oatmeal, whole grain toast, turkey slices. Margaret thought her breakfast was heart healthy. But these foods had 400 to 600 milligrams of sodium, enough to stiffen arteries and spike blood pressure before 9 a.m. How to fix? Keep sodium under 300 milligrams in the morning. Prioritize. 2/3 vegetables/fruits, 1/3 protein and complex carbs. Habit number 4. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Margaret drank 2 mugs of black coffee before eating. That caused a surge in adrenaline, constricting her arteries and spiking her heart rate. Another patient, Thomas, 69, visited the ER 3 times thinking he was having heart attacks, but it was acid reflux from coffee on an empty stomach. How to fix? Eat a small buffer bite first. Try half a banana, 5 almonds, or a boiled egg. Limit to 1 mug, and wait 30 minutes before a refill. Habit number 5. Ignoring speech glitches or numbness. Margaret admitted she sometimes mumbled or had word confusion early in the morning. She thought it was just grogginess. But these are mini-stroke symptoms. Your brain's red flag before a full stroke. How to fix. Follow the FASD rule. Face drooping. Arm weakness. Speech difficulty. Time to call 911. Even if it lasts under 10 minutes, log the time and symptoms, then call your doctor. Habit number 6. Taking all pills at once, with coffee. Margaret took blood pressure meds, thyroid pills, and aspirin with her coffee. This can lead to dangerous interactions, especially with caffeine. One patient, Ruth 75, had dangerously low readings 90/60ths an hour after her morning meds due to pill and caffeine overlap. How to fix. Use a pill organizer with reminders. Read labels, take with food, and avoid caffeine matter. Space conflicting meds by 30 minutes. Habit number 7. Scrolling on your phone with a full bladder. Margaret checked the news in bed even when she needed to use the bathroom. Holding it in raises blood pressure and stresses your heart. Frank, 68, had daily heart palpitations just from delaying his morning bathroom trip. How to fix. Use the bathroom within 5 minutes of waking. If you wake up more than twice per night, reduce evening fluids and talk to your doctor. Quick self-assessment. How many apply to you? Count how many of these signs you experience. Head rush or dizziness when standing. Heart racing after morning coffee. Blood pressure above 140/90 within 30 minutes of breakfast. Brief slurred speech, weak grip, or numbness. Pounding heartbeat after finally getting up to pee. If you said yes to 2 or more, your morning routine may be increasing your stroke risk. But the good news? You can fix it. Your stroke-safe morning routine. Follow this tomorrow. This is the exact 5-step routine Margaret follows now, and the one I recommend to every patient over 60. Prepared before bed. Set out a glass of water. A low-sodium breakfast. Set your meds in a pill organizer. Use the 90-second wake-up rule. Deep breaths, gentle movement, sit, pause, stand. Hydrate, protein snack coffee. Water thins your blood. Protein buffers the caffeine. Coffee energizes without a spike. Log BP and symptoms for 1 week. Patterns matter more than isolated numbers. Tell a friend or family member. They'll help you spot signs you might miss. Margaret's update, 6 months later. Doctor, I wake up feeling like my brain is actually ready for the day. The fog is gone, the dizziness is gone, and I feel sharper than I have in years. That's the power of small, consistent changes. Your morning habits can protect your brain or silently damage it. What's your first step? Pause right now and type below. Which one habit will you change starting tomorrow? Tag someone over 60 who needs this info. One share could save 2 lives. Subscribe to Inspired Living for more brain-protecting tips.